Hi, this is Tom Mura with World Class Coaching and this week's animated drill. This is an exercise that we do as part of our club's technical training. And one of the reasons I like it so much is it incorporates everything we do in technical training with passing, dribbling, shooting, change of direction moves, 1v1. It also includes defending, which isn't something that's part of our technical training, but it's obviously something that we work on. So it's a great exercise. It's competitive as well, which I also think is important when you're training technique. If you can make it competitive, once you've taught the basics, then that brings out the most from the players, and that puts the players under pressure similar to what they're going to face in the game. So this has everything that I really enjoy in a good technical exercise, and so this is how it works. So you've got a setup where the cones are usually about 10 yards apart in this case, because we're talking about 11v11 field. If you've got a team playing on a smaller area, 6v6, 8v8, and the boxes are smaller, this circle is going to be smaller too, usually about 8 yards. So that's going to bring them closer, but that's fine because it's still relevant and relative to the age of the players. So that's the way we set it up. And so the players on this side each have a ball, and the players on this side don't. Obviously, we've got them in different colors here because we have two different teams playing against each other. And the exercise starts with a pass going from this player, and it's really important that the pass be made on this side out of the penalty area so that this player can take their first touch toward the cones. So when they take their first, I'll just get rid of this to make it more clear. They receive the ball, they take that first touch out of their feet and toward the cones. And we'll use a solid line here again just to make it easier to see. So the player dribbles toward these cones. The defender, then the person that passed the ball, does the opposite, and that player, we'll just put that back, that player runs toward the penalty spot. So we're going to have him start at the penalty spot or run toward the penalty spot, starting from here, running to the penalty spot. So when this player in yellow with the ball receives it, dribbles toward the cones at the outside of the area, when they get here with the ball, then we want them to perform a change of direction move. That change of direction move can be as simple as chop the ball with the inside of their foot, outside of their foot. They can use a Cruyff turn. They can use any change of direction move that's going to quickly get them to face the defender. So we'll put in a new player here since he's going to be running at the goal. Make him a little smaller relative to the size of the field here, and make him yellow. So that player has the ball. Now we've got the defender has checked all the way to the penalty spot, turned around, and now is going to defend this player 1v1. So we've had the pass, we've had the dribble, and that good first touch to get it out of their feet and dribble toward those cones, a change of direction move, and now we have a 1v1 where the attacker is trying to use a move, use a fake to beat this defender, get past this defender, and ultimately have a shot on goal. So when they have a shot on goal, then they're trying to score past the goalkeeper. And oftentimes what we'll do is we'll just have our team's goalkeeper stay in here. You can also have the goalkeepers alternate. If it's younger players perhaps and you don't have a dedicated goalkeeper, then you can have players from each team rotate through the goal so that younger players get an opportunity to play goalie. It's funny, the younger ones always want to play goalie. It seems like 8s, 9s, starting about U10, then some want to, some don't. But now you've got an opportunity for everybody to take a turn in goal and try to stop the shot. So if this player scores, his team receives 1 point. Now each of the players then go to the other side, and we line up on the other side facing that way. We'll just get him out of there, so we'll make him look the same as everybody else. But he's on the yellow team. So he has the ball, and he's on this side now. And so each of the teammates will go through, get a chance to defend and attack, and we'll go through that until everybody from both teams has had an opportunity to attack and defend. And you're keeping score as you're going. Now, another thing you can do is give the defenders an opportunity to score a point. So if the defenders win the ball, let's say, I'll usually position myself somewhere back here. So if the defenders win the ball, then they're able to pass the ball to me for 1 point. So that way there's an incentive to defend well, and knowing that they can get something out of it if they do a good job of defending, win the ball, pass it to me. So there's a lot going on here that you can coach. Obviously, you're coaching the pass, making sure we have a good technical pass. We're aiming for a target, which is outside the box. We want to make sure it's outside the box so that this player can take their first touch toward the cones. If the pass is made inside the area, it creates a real advantage for the defender, because now the attacker has to go inside the area, get the ball, and then come back out, and has to travel a greater distance. So that's why we want to make sure the pass is there. But it also makes it specific for the passer, so we're aiming for a spot. We're not just hitting it in their direction. So then we've also worked on the change of direction move here. So we want to make sure that the players change direction quickly, explode out of that, so that they can face the defender as soon as possible. What we'll say to the defender is if the defender can reach that penalty spot and then come out and aggressively defend the attacker, then they can win the ball much farther from the goal. So, that's an opportunity for the defender to get in a good position and try to win the ball. So we're having them sprint. So there's sprinting involved in this. We want the defender to break down into a good defensive position. We don't want them diving in. So we're teaching a bit of defending there. Obviously, 1v1 is great here. You can begin this exercise, or perhaps if you've got younger players, you could even make the defender passive. You could just have the defender touch the penalty spot, come out, show the attacker kind of the picture of a defender, what the defender looks like, good body position, staying in front, moving their feet. We don't want them to just be a fence post and stand there like a flag. We want them to be active, but still limit the pressure on the attacker so that the attacker gets success and the attacker is able to get the shot off, which is the end result that we want to get to. Now, as the players improve, we put more pressure on them by making that defender active, getting them to beat the defender before getting a chance to shoot on goal. So that's just a way that you can progress the exercise. So we've got that progression. We've got the progression of adding the coach to the exercise so we can have a pass out. So there's really everything in this game apart from the opportunity to pass to another player. Now you could do that. You could create a 2v1 and give the attacker the opportunity to complete a wall pass. By putting one of these players, you could say that the one player from each team can stand here, and when their player is attacking, then they've got the opportunity to complete a wall pass. So you could add that in there if you want to. I don't normally do that. As a matter of fact, I've never done that. It's just something I've thought about doing as an addition to this. I really like the exercise as it is because it focuses on all those technical skills, puts it competitive, makes it fast paced. The kids aren't in line for a long time because one of these exercises is just going right after the other. You're working your goalkeeper if you've got a full-time goalkeeper. So I really like this exercise. It's something that we will often do at the end of a shooting practice. So if we've worked on shooting that day, we can, progress through different small-sided games and so on, and then we'll finish this activity with the practice, finish the practice with this activity, and the kids seem to really enjoy it. So give that a try with your teams and put a comment in the section below if you come up with new ways to adjust this and progress it. We'd love to hear that. Thanks a lot.